The amount of seagrass around Florida has collapsed suddenly and severely. In 2021, the seagrass shortage contributed to a record number of manatee deaths.
Yeah, but why is it dying off? And just as important, how can we help recover it? A Wink News environmental reporter Liz Byro went underwater with a group of environmentalists to get answers.
Eyes on Seagrass. It's an eye-opening monitoring program to document the health and status of seagrass in Upper Charlotte Harbor and Lemon Bay. UF-IFAS Sea Grant agent Kate Rose calls these blades the unsung heroes of the ocean.
70% of our fishery species here in Florida are dependent on seagrass meadows at some point in their lifetime.
For food, for habitat, for water clarity. Between 2018 and 2021, Charlotte Harbor and Lemon Bay lost an average 23% of seagrass coverage.
Which is drastic. And that's an average, so you break it out. The east wall lost about 50% of its coverage.
Here's what that east wall looks like today, like an underwater desert.
There's not much that can survive in that kind of an ecosystem. It's not a vibrant ecosystem.
David Schutz is the CFO of Heal Our Harbor, a nonprofit dedicated to Charlotte Harbor's protection and restoration. This team is just one of many citizen scientist groups keeping an eye on seagrass. Schutz has personally seen these waters in his backyard go from pristine to impaired.
We've had some pretty intense weather events that have disturbed the seagrass, and of course we have lots of pollution, so that there's always algae in the harbor, and that blocks the sun. It's like putting a tarp over your lawn. You're not surprised that the grass underneath dies.
But it's not all gone. The middle west wall of the harbor looks like this: luscious, long seagrass.
40 centimeters, 43 centimeters, and 45, which is about a factor of 4 times what we've been finding in most of our spots.
The group measures, creates a straight line in the water called a transect, then places down PVC squares at controlled lengths to document what's inside.
So we're looking at coverage of seagrass, coverage of algae species that are there.
Finally, the team uses a net to get a gauge of what fish and creatures are present. The goal, for the data to help inform better decisions. So hopefully Charlotte Harbor can go from this to this. Liz Byro, Wink News.
Liz, thanks. The Sea Grant program hopes to expand the Eyes on Seagrass program to Lower Charlotte Harbor, Pine Island Sound, as well as Matlacha.